Bro, I'm doomed to pay $500 a month to live in this house in Anala. I'm doomed. But I think the cost to live here is less than the cost to live in Troy's house in Tasmania. 'Cause, for example, like you have to buy a new car, 'cause you can't take your car to Tasmania when it's like overseas. It's like an island overseas. So you can't even take your car with you, so you have to take a plane there, and then how do you get around? Yeah, you have a car here, and there's just the expenses of living in Tasmania add up. Even if Troy didn't make me pay rent, the expenses still add up. You gotta buy a new car, you gotta buy food. So there's always gonna be expenses, and the payment day is coming up. It's on the 15th of December. So in 3 days I gotta pay $500 just to have the right to live here. And the job gave me hope that I was gonna always be able to afford these payments, and also the payments to Anytime Fitness, $16.95 a week. And once that honeymoon phase ends with like a gym, at first it's like this shiny new thing that you're proud of, and then like basically that's how they get you. They entice you with this shiny new thing, but they're locking you into this death contract. And it's not always going to be seen as a shiny new thing. But I do see progress. Like I literally can see the outline of my six-pack in the mirror, and I thought I definitely didn't have that before my gym membership. And also, I guess my mental health has improved, because before I didn't have this thing to give me a sense of importance and a sense of purpose. A lot of the time, I remember that before I was just recording videos in my car, and doing that doesn't never really improved me like this did. On Tuesday, I went to the library to write in my book, and there were people sitting next to me, and I didn't pay them any mind at all. I just sat down and got to writing in my book, and usually I don't even think about talking to anyone unless it's someone I'm attracted to. But I never really acted on it because I was making these excuses. And one of the excuses was like the pressure of running this conversation. And the pressure just goes away when you skulk away and avoid this embarrassment. I gotta pay RACQ $110 in next month in January, and I switched I switched the car over from my old car to my new car. So if I wanted to cancel it, then I'd have to call RACQ, and I'm kind of confused because I paid Dad $400 for insurance that's not even under my name, and I don't even have any physical evidence that he even bought the insurance for my car. If he did, then why do I need this insurance account? Why can't I just cancel it if the car already has insurance? But this insurance is under my name, and the last car had insurance, but it wasn't under my name, so I had to make a new account. So, like, why the hell did I give Dad $400 for insurance that's not under my name? If when it's not under my name, I can't even use it to, like, for these simple things like towing the car when it breaks down. And I'm starting to regret paying Dad that $400 when all I had to do was switch the insurance that I already had to my new car. But I guess I'm gonna keep this. I guess I'm gonna keep this insurance because my car has been nominated for the insurance. Like when you think about doing something, I feel like it's very rare that you're thinking about doing something that I feel like it's very rare that you think about doing something that doesn't cost any money. Like, for example, recording YouTube videos. That's not free. It costs money. You need a phone. You need like storage. Like with me, I had to buy a $300 1 terabyte SD card, and I'm beginning to realize that by paying $100 for that 128 gigabyte SD card for my Nintendo Switch was a really bad idea. You can't even fit that many games with 128 gigabytes. And you can get like 8 times that storage for just 3 times more. So I made a really horrible purchasing decision. Back when I bought my Switch Lite, I spent $100 when I could have spent, yeah, it would have been 3 times the price, but I would have got 8 times the storage. So I wouldn't have had to buy that extra SD card. And now both the SD cards are full of Switch games. So I might have to buy another SD card. And I'm just gonna spend more than I would have if I just bought the 1 terabyte SD card for $300. But what I was trying to say is that everything that you're thinking of doing to fill this void in your life, it all costs money. And like when you're not making money, this void gets even bigger. And so having this void costs you even more than you think. Because when you're not making money, when you're not making money, the need to spend money increases to fill this void. Like for example, I didn't have this sense of purpose, so I was buying too many of these video games to fill this empty void. And I couldn't pay for it. I couldn't afford it because I wasn't making any money. But I still had a void to fill. And I was filling it through these video games. And when I'm doing these things that mean nothing, somewhere in the back of my mind, I always know that this has no consequence to your life. You're still in the same position. You still have the same problems. You're still suffering through these human conditions of having too many needs, but not having the drive to delay gratification so you can satisfy all these needs in the end. Like, for example, in my job, these payments I was getting gave me like this short-term gratification. So I kept like what gave me gratification was like getting paid for not really putting in the work that the company expected. That's what gave me gratification, but it wasn't good in the long run, because if you delay gratification and fall in line with the company's expectations, then you're gonna suffer more, but you're gonna keep your job. So in the next year, you're gonna have made 4 times more than you would have if you just kept doing things your way. And if you keep doing things your way and not delaying gratification and meeting the company's expectations, then you're gonna receive these short-term benefits. You know, you're gonna get paid for just, I guess, like mediocrity. You're gonna get paid for mediocrity, and this is gonna feel good in the short term, but in the long term, if you met the company's standards, then you're gonna keep your job, you're gonna have more money, and you're gonna have sense of this sense of hope, improving your work, and getting paid, and always making a sufficient amount of money. So in conclusion, I feel like delaying gratification is always going to get you what you want in the end. If I just knew the company's standards and stuck to them, and I guess foregone these short-term interests that I had, like putting in mediocre work and getting paid the same amount. If I just foregone this selfish interest and met the company's expectations, then that would have been beneficial for me in the long run, because I would have kept my job. So delaying gratification is always going to get you what you want in the long run. That's basically all I got for the video. Goodbye.